Hi, have you ever been dispersed camping and you needed to get water from something like this into your RV's tanks? Well, stay tuned for another RV quick tip. Hi, I'm John with Let's Go Now Adventures, and most of the time we camp, we're not camping in a campground with accessible water. And the other thing is, a lot of times we're having to make incredible climbs. Like for example, on this trip we're on right now, we had to climb 4,000 feet to get to this campsite. That means hauling a lot of weight up some incredible slopes. So I like to travel as light as possible so I don't put water in the tank at home and haul it all the way up here. My goal is I get up here and I find water. Well, we went to the hospitality station here close to where we're camping right now, and there was no water available. You know, that's not the first time that's happened to us. There's been many times we found we needed to get water into our freshwater tanks, but for whatever reason, we needed to get it in a bucket like this, and we needed to transfer that water to our RV's freshwater tanks. So I do carry a couple of these empty 5-gallon buckets with us. And what we do is, what I ended up having to do was, because the hospitality station was closed, I had to go hunt for water and put it in these buckets. But the problem is transferring it to our RV. You know, we've tried multiple things. You know, we tried one time holding the bucket up and pouring it in a funnel. That lasted once. We've also tried siphoning, using a hose to do that. That's okay, but it was problematic and it took a long time. I used a drill pump to do it, and the drill pump was fine, but it was so slow. And you had to run your drill on high RPMs for such a long time just to get the water transferred into your water tank. The best solution until now I found is using a pump like this. The problem is we'd go through 2 of these a season just pumping water from our buckets into the thing. Plus this chews up 2 D-cell batteries. D-cell batteries can get expensive. So what I did is I came up with a solution. I found this pump right here. This is 120 volt, so it's powered. So you need to make sure you have a generator or inverter. And what it does, this thing takes about 275 watts, but it pumps 330 gallons per hour. So I had to put 15 gallons of water in the tank yesterday, and all you had to do was hook up the hose to and run it into your bucket, hook up the other hose, run it into your fresh water tank, and then plug it in. Once I plugged it in 5 minutes total, I had pumped 15 gallons of water into my tank, effortless. It took only a moment. You know, his funny thing is, another camper walked over and said, "How were you doing that?" And I said, "Well, I just used this little pump right here." And he said he had been holding his thing up, you know, with a funnel, pouring it into his water tank, and he wanted to know what this was. So I'm going to leave a link to this pump in our description down below. But this is by far the best way. If you find more than once you need to get water from a bucket like this into your fresh water tank, try this pump. I'm John with Let's Go Now Adventures. I've hoped I've solved a problem for you. And until next time, I'll see you on the next adventure.